If I wanted to blow, I'll fucking blow. You understand me?
Oh my Lord.
What's going on, people? Welcome to Football Carnage, and we are back with another episode of the Galacticos right here for you on the channel. Big up to everybody that's watching. Make sure you guys smash that like button, subscribe, turn on those post notifications, and make sure to check out man like End the Stream Dave. His channel is in the title. Click that and go over there. If I want to blow, I'm going to fucking blow, mate. You get me?
That hella caught me off guard, bro. Oh my Lord. What? Bro, I need to use that, bro. I need to use that. That is crazy. But I'm going to do that on every single match reaction from now on. That is crazy, mate. Unbelievable. But yeah, what's going on, bro? I'm crazy, mate. I just lost it, mate. Mad. Anyway, welcome to the Galacticos podcast, guys. Hello.
Yo, what's good, bro? I saw you doing your show with Osama bin Stupid over there. It was pretty decent.
Hey,
it was decent, bro.
He caught me off guard completely, yeah. And I never heard it before, but he called you I Show Delusion, bro. That was absolutely
nah. You
mad,
know what
mate.
It is, Dave?
Mad.
This man Papillon got the ball knowledge of a doorknob. I can't really take him too serious. Like it just, just yapping, bro. But you actually handled yourself well. I didn't like how he was talking about Arda Güler. But from what I saw, though, it wasn't too bad, though. You know what I'm saying? Big up to man like Dave.
Absolutely.
Always providing some content, though, man.
Always back it up, mate. No, that's make a pause again. Don't always back it up, people. don't do that, guys. Don't do that either, mate. Mega pause, bro. I'm digging a hole for me here, people, unfortunately. Yeah. That is mad. Anyway.
Yeah, bro. You know what's funny? Somebody had sent that clip to me in my Discord, I don't know, maybe like over a month or so. And I was like, why have I never uploaded that? So I don't know. I might have to run that at the end of every intro for this podcast, Dave. I'm gonna be real.
Yeah, it's mad, man. You might as well do it, man.
Why were you so mad? What was going on there?
That's PSG match. After the PSG match.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay,
that's,
you know what? Fair enough. Valid crash out.
Absolutely,
bro. I couldn't even crash out after that game. It was like 100 degrees in the stadium. I was drained, bro. Like I was ready to go the fuck home.
T-shirt, the Teca T-shirt. I remember.
Yeah, bro. It was nice. But
you and your friend like talking about Real Madrid.
Yeah, bro. But he's a hater. See, like that's my guy Edwin. That's my best friend. He's an Arsenal fan though, so he was there hoping that we lost. He was rooting for PSG. He was antagonizing me. Yeah, bro. Every time I take him to or every time we go to some sporting event and my favorite team is playing and he's there, they always fucking lose. So I told him he's never coming with me to anything ever again in my life. Ever again, bro. But now look, people, we got a great episode for you guys coming up, right? We got to get into La Liga because that kicks off this weekend. Also got to talk about the friendly that we had against Tyrol, looking at some transfers. Franco, man like Eminem, Slim Shady has landed. He's been presented at Real Madrid. We're getting linked to Konate once again. And Rodrygo, it looks like he might be on his way out of the club. We got to talk about the impact that some of these deals are going to make for our season.
Absolutely.
But, I mean, Dave, real quick, bro. With La Liga right around the corner, are you starting to feel a little bit more confident about Real Madrid's chances to win the league this season?
I am because look, I'm going to put it into perspective. Yeah, I'm going to put it into perspective. When I looked at the Tyrol match and I was looking at how Arda Güler was being used, and it's only Tyrol. We know it's only WSG Tyrol, Austrian team, whatever. But I was looking at how he's being used, and I've said to myself that Xabi Alonso wants to center the whole of Real Madrid's build-up and attack and everything around him. He is the focal point in Real Madrid. He's always the guy that's always trying to link play. He's always the guy trying to drop back. So for me, looking at a Liga season, if we're focusing around Arda Güler as the main guy, then we're going to have a good season. I wanted a creative midfielder to be the main focal point. I don't want a deep line playmaker to be the focal point. I don't want Vinny to be the focal point. I don't even want Mbappe to be the focal point. I want Arda Güler because he's young, he's hungry, he's technically incredible. And the way that he was moving in that match was unreal. Yeah, he was our man of the match, clearly. Yeah, because obviously his passing range, his creativity, his vision, everything about him screams like the next kind of, I'm not saying on that level yet, but the next kind of Ozil, a guy that with creativity that can pick out a pass like that. You see? So I'm hoping he does really well this season.
Yeah, I mean, I think Arda Güler is going to have a huge season. And I said it in my reaction video after our friendly. I'll make a bet. Anybody that wants to take it, even you, Dave, live, Arda Güler will have more assists than Pedri next season.
Oh, yeah.
For as much as everybody glazes
he
Pedri.
Would, yeah. He would.
By the way, Pedri is a Real Madrid reject. Let's not forget. We turned him away, told him he's too small, get his weight up. That's a crucial error, by the way. Whoever that scout was needs to be sacked. But the facts are the facts. Pedri is a Madrid reject. We didn't want him. We didn't think he was good enough. That's an L for us, though. Anyways, for as much as everybody talks about Pedri and how great of a passer he is and how much he dictates the tempo and he's the most creative player in Barcelona, and you, Dave, yourself have said that they're going to bag over 100 goals this season.
I think
so surely Pedri should be getting more assists than Arda Güler, right? I mean, we've already won the Jude Bellingham and Pedri debate because we know that Jude is clear, right? Jude has done things that Pedri goes to bed dreaming about. But now let's kind of give Pedri a more even playing field. Who wants to take that bet? Arda Güler will have more GA than Pedri. And he also plays deep. Arda's not a 10. Arda's not playing in the final third like that. Arda is that tempo setter in Madrid's midfield.
Yeah, exactly. And also, he initiates a lot of the creative passes in our team. That's what he's going to do. And we struggle. We missed that last season. We can see how much we missed that because if you look at Real Madrid's setup, guys, and you can look at Tirol's game, you can look at all the Club World Cup games. Mm-hmm. The spaces in between each player now is reduced. It's not so wide like Ancelotti. Ancelotti, the spaces were big, the gaps were big, so the passing distance was longer and greater. We had to build up really over a long period of time. Now the passing is shorter. They're creating mini triangles. They're moving in and out of spaces. They're creating pockets in behind each defensive line, essentially the midfield line first and then the defensive line. Yeah. So when you're looking at Real Madrid and how they're building up the play, Arda Güler is the initiator and everything. Even when Alaba came on as a midfielder, Arda Güler was linking with him. When you saw in the midfield, when Arda Güler was there, Brahim Diaz was on the right-hand side. Also, the same thing. Mbappe, going close to Mbappe. This is what Arda Güler is going to provide, and he has to be the main guy. But we don't really have a natural replacement for Arda Güler. That is the main problem. Maybe Franco Mastantuono, which we're going to talk about later, could be a natural replacement. So we need to nurture him. We need to keep him safe. We need to keep Arda Güler safe. He looks.
So you think that Arda Güler
up a lot as well?
Okay. So then, with the original question of, are you feeling more confident with La Liga? You think Arda is going to be a key player into us winning the league? So
yes.
Now that you're feeling more confident, are you saying that we're going to win the league?
I wouldn't put all my eggs in one basket essentially yet. The reason being is because I know what Barcelona have to offer. I know that Yamal is always going to be the center point of Barcelona. And if, like Arda Güler, if Arda Güler was to drop out of the squad, essentially, because of an injury or suspension or whatever, and Yamal does the same thing, we saw Yamal and how Barcelona dropped off when Yamal wasn't present in the team. So that is the same with us. We need to be hopeful that Barcelona essentially have a dip in form. That doesn't mean Yamal getting injured. That means that Barcelona don't play as well. They have tendencies where the defense is going to be weaker. We saw Araujo playing against flipping Como. That's crazy. Yeah? That's crazy to me.
But I don't think Barcelona are going to be as good as they were last season.
I know. Because, well, Inigo Martinez is the main guy there in the defense. That's or automatically a downgrade. Yeah?
Yeah.
I
don't think that they've upgraded at all this offseason, aside from goalkeeper.
I know.
Like, none of their additions to me are significant. None of their, again, yes, Joan Garcia, good signing, right? That's an automatic upgrade at goalkeeper. But aside from that, you still have geriatric Lewandowski up front, right? Lamine Yamal, he should be taking a step up, right? He definitely should be getting more than 9 league goals. But
Yeah.
Aside from that, I mean, I don't think Rafinha is going to have a better season than what he did. I think Rafinha is going to regress, right? I just don't think their attack is all that. Also, let's be real. They were very healthy last season in terms of like their main players. Yeah, I know that Yamal missed, I think, like a month or so, but like Pedri, I'm saying, right? Like Pedri, he was out there. Nico Martinez, Kubarsi, these guys weren't really as injured as I would say we have been. Even though, yes, at the start of the season, they did have some issues, but I'm talking about like their main key players, the ones that if you lose them, they're finished, like a Pedri, like a Yamal, if that makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. And I think personally, going back to your question, will Real Madrid have a chance of winning La Liga? They will have a chance to win La Liga. Do I think they're going to win La Liga as it currently stands? I have to be honest, I'm not entirely sure. I don't have an actual pinpoint on it, who's going to win La Liga, because Barcelona have become weaker, essentially, and Real Madrid have become stronger. So does that automatically mean Real Madrid are going to become better? Yes, but are they going to have enough to win? Potentially, because Barcelona last year, don't forget that we were only 4 points behind Barcelona. It's mad to think about it, that in our worst
one of our worst seasons.
Yeah,
only 2 games off from them, right?
Exactly.
You're telling me that with a manager that now has a game plan, a manager that has tactics, a manager that's going to set us up and is going to be reactive, it's going to be proactive, not reactive.
Yeah.
Brother, you telling me that doesn't make up, especially with the signings that we've had, right? Remember, we lost to Espanyol, we lost to Betis, Valencia, like dropping
Mallorca,
points against teams that just are not on our level. Exactly, like before the beginning of the season against Mallorca. That was one of our most embarrassing seasons, and Barcelona only finished 4 points ahead of us. Only 4.
It's true that, but you're going to have to expect Barcelona also to become a little bit better, because last year was Hansi Flick's first season, so they're just bouncing off a win. That's essentially it. So I would expect them to get more points. Is whether the question is, can Real Madrid get more points than Barcelona? Real Madrid are not going to have more opportunities on goal than Barcelona. That is absolute fact. Barcelona are going to create more and more opportunities each game. The question is, can Real Madrid be clinical? Real Madrid have always been a team that doesn't really create the most amount of opportunities, but they're very clinical when it comes to up front. Yeah? So, but that's Vinny itself. Vinny needs to be clinical. Mbappe needs to be clinical. And if Rodrygo is taking the place of Vinny, then Rodrygo needs to be clinical as well. So we're relying a lot on our front three to do the goals, because Argentine, I think he can score. That's fine. Bellingham's going to get some goals. We know that already. Valverde's going to get maybe a few. But it's all depending now on those two. Mbappe is not going to be our only goal scorer. You get this? So he's not going to be the only one.
But in terms of chance creation, Dave, I would agree that as of right now, I do give Barcelona the edge from what we've seen.
That's true.
But I don't think it's going to be like this huge gap. We've added one of the best creators in world football with Trent, right? Now you also have Arda Güler, who's going to be starting. You see how creative he's been, right? For as much as we don't, or for as much as you guys don't rate Vinicius, let's not act like he's not a creative player as well. And Mbappe also creates chances. Hopefully Rodrygo stays. That's another chance creator, right? You also have guys like Jude Bellingham. He always crashes the box. He's also always involved in the build-up, right? His numbers don't lie. They speak for themselves. I don't think, in terms of chance creation, with Xabi Alonso being an attacking possession-based manager, I don't think we're going to be that far off in terms of just the opportunities that we're creating than Barcelona. But I do agree in terms of giving them the edge, because we've seen Hansi Flick prove it over a season, whereas Xabi, it's more so we're going off of hope from what we've seen at Leverkusen and then what we've seen in the Club World Cup and then in that preseason friendly.
Yeah, we need to be a bit more. We need to be a bit more cautious as well, because like La Liga teams, you give them space and time, they can punish you. So we need to be cautious about that. We need to be cautious also about how Atletico Madrid are going to progress throughout the season. Look, they always start off and towards the mid part of the season, they're very decent. Atletico Madrid. Let's not cloud our judgment. They're decent in the start, middle part of the season. Always at the end they fall off. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, they're not serious.
They're not serious on winning La Liga, but they could give us trouble. We played them in 6-7 games, so that's our first obstacle, essentially the biggest obstacle that we have, and we need to be cautious along the way of how we're going to face our games. Look, if we get to that El Clasico and we're ahead of Barcelona, and then we beat Barcelona, I'll be singing praises that Alonso could win La Liga, 100%. We need to be that, because I'm going to be cautious. I'm going to take a cautious step in the very first 10 games,
Okay.
and just view the matches properly, see it as analytical as we can. That's what we need to do as Real Madrid fans. Don't get caught up by, win here, win there. We need to be analytical and say, okay, yes, we played like that against Osasuna, but can we do the same thing against Atletico Madrid, or can we do the same thing against Getafe away, who we played before Barcelona? Yeah. So Real Madrid need to be a team that is built around the creation, the passing, the movement. But look, how we're going to be going into it. Obviously, you mentioned at the beginning the Tyrol match.
Yep. Let's talk about it now. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
The way that we were passing and moving, I know it's Tyrol. Who cares? But the fundamentals are there. Yeah. And I was maybe not seeing it and clouded my judgment over that fucking PSG game, which absolutely killed me as a Real Madrid fan to see that we got absolutely battered. But the way that we pass and move the ball is just so enlightening. It is enlightening. Like, you have players like David Alaba playing in midfield. That is mad. When he came on, David Alaba looked like a next-gen bloody defensive midfielder that we can utilize. You understand? We had players like Rodrygo, who obviously we've spoken already. Brahim Diaz looked sharp on that game. Brahim Diaz looked really good in that game, by the way, as well. Yeah.
I mean, bro, let's just say it for like what it is, Dave. Everyone that started this match, aside from Ceballos and Vinicius, looked very good. Those were the only two players.
Ceballos was doing the usual stuff anyway. That's what.
Yeah, but just in terms of the starting 11, those were the two that stood out in terms of not impressing me, right? I mean, before we even get into Vinicius, like, just positive, because I did watch some of your match reaction, and you were more so on the critical end of things, which I didn't really understand.
I was on the hype. Okay, let me make my point on why I was critical. Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
The whole criticism of that match was built upon Vinny and Mbappe's playing style together. Hopefully it can be worked out. I hope it can be worked out. But they have the same running patterns. They have the same direction. They run the same way. They're both left wingers. We know that. Mbappe is naturally left winger. He's going to have a tendency to favor that side as well. But their attacking play was hopeless. Like, the passing interchange between them, they built up nothing between them. Nothing. It was more Argentine that really built it up for the team. Yeah, essentially. That's what he was doing. But
yeah.
Vinny was having a major issue. I don't know what was going on with him and Mbappe, but they could not work to pass at all between themselves. And it was getting ultra. I was watching the whole game. I was like, great, goal. I wasn't even celebrating too much the goals. I was like, okay, cool. Good goals.
Yeah.
Nice. Obviously, Militao got that little header, which was really, really decent. That pass from Argentine, by the way, to Mbappe, the Mbappe's control. That first touch taken away.
That pass by Arda to thread the needle.
Unbelievable.
So you know, like, what it is, Dave. I don't think Vinicius. Okay, so here's my thing. I think people overdo it, right? In terms of saying he was shit. He was not good, but he was not shit, right? Like, I think what we did.
His pressing was decent. His pressing
exactly right. So, like, he pressed a lot, and that's about it, right? I'd say half the game, which is off the ball, he did well, but it's on the ball that really annoyed me, right? Because aside from him making like 2 runs that game, he did nothing, right? And I don't even think that he really linked up well with Alvaro Carreras either. I didn't see Alvaro Carreras give him an outlet. Like, Carreras barely passed the halfway line. Why is he not overlapping? Right?
He made some inverting runs, Carreras, which was a bit weird. Like, I mean, he was running for the center of the park rather than the thing. He wasn't overlapping too much. Yeah, go on, carry on, mate. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, no. So what I'm saying is, I think Vinicius should have been cooking this game. Like, this was a game. This is an opposition that you get your confidence against heading into the season, right? Like, there's a reason that we scheduled this game against them, right? For me, Vinicius, when you're in these 1v1s, why are you not taking your man on more? And I know that they did send
That's
2
what you used to do.
defenders at times over to him. They doubled him and things like that. But when you're a Ballon d'Or level player, right? When you have accomplished the things that you have in your career, when you're wearing the number 7 for Real Madrid, when you're one of the faces of the team, I expect you to do a lot better. And you know that I rate Vinny. You know that I back this guy. But to me, these last 7 to 8 months, he's not giving me anything to really defend. Like, since January, the guy's been missing, and you cannot have this kind of form continue into next season.
Yeah, true.
Or else then we should just sell you now. We might as well just sell him now then. Again, I still believe that Xabi Alonso is going to make it work.
He has a plan for it. Yeah, he has a plan.
But my patience is really starting to... Because here's the thing, bro. Rodrygo comes on the pitch, right? The Mumbai Neymar. And he scores a very good goal.
Immediate
right?
impact, yeah.
Links up well with Mbappe. And then the guy doesn't even celebrate. Look, we're going to talk about Rodrygo because we know that there's speculation with Man City.
But Rodrygo, I think...
Rodrygo works better with Mbappe, just in terms of play style.
Yeah, he does, because when I saw Rodrygo play, and when he came on, the thing that he was doing was he was dropping in between Mbappe, Arda, and that when Alaba was also feeding on that left-hand side as well, and Fran Garcia was there. Yeah. So that whole left-hand side was cooking immaculately. Yeah. When because Arda is going to roam. He's going to roam like this in between all the play. So you saw the little short passing. When Rodrygo touches the ball, it's like glue to his feet. Like he can work in very, very tight spaces. Yeah. Super tight spaces. Yeah. So when Rodrygo has that ball and he's passing in between Arda, in between Alaba, dropping a little bit deeper, receiving the ball off Fran Garcia, trying to initiate the play, and then make a pass into Mbappe's feet that Mbappe's about to control, and then make the run behind Mbappe so Mbappe can see him in the corner of his eye. That is what Vinny should be doing. But Vinny has a tendency to stick over the left of the pitch a lot and get caught up in the corner flag. That's what his problem is. He's too much diverting into the winger side. So he needs to be a bit more central. And if we play a 3-5-2 formation, I think Vinny and Mbappe may work well together as a double striker combo. But we need to see Vinny just directing his runs directly for the center, because that's where he's dangerous, where the defenders are backed up on Vinny, but Vinny's now just going straight into them. You understand? Yeah. Instead of being cornered and trying to be, because what a left back, what a right back's duty is to show the defender on the outside of him.
Away from goal.
Away from goal. Vinny wants to try and cut in, but the defender's not going to allow him to. He's going to show him on the outside. That's why a lot of the good right backs last season, he had problems. Yeah, including the Club World Cup. He had problem against Hakimi. He had problem against Timber. Yeah, he had problem against Kunde a lot of times as well, because they're showing him on the outside. They're not showing him on the inside, because that's where Vinny's dangerous.
But I still believe in this guy, Dave. Like, I still believe in Vinicius.
I do
you
too.
You can't tell me that a player that has shown as much as he has is now finished at 24 years old.
I do too. But the problem is that with Xabi Alonso, you're going to expect to have the most technical footballers. Maybe apart from Mbappe, where his touch is not Velcro. But essentially, Mbappe is a goal scorer. You don't really need a touch of Velcro when you're a goal scorer. You need to be that Brahim Diaz type player. You need to be that, because Brahim Diaz in that game was very good for me. Yeah, the dribbling that some of the dribbling runs that he was making was absolutely excellent. Yeah, consistently doing that.
I think that Brahim definitely had a good cameo. And maybe he even starts the first game of the season, to be honest.
He could do, because we need, if we're playing a 4 at the back, he's going to have to play that right wing. He has to. Yeah, so Brahim Diaz may play that, and with Brahim with the team when we were playing, it was Arda Güler, it was Ceballos in midfield.
It was Arda, Ceballos, and Tchouaméni that started off in midfield. It was a 4-3-3.
Tchouaméni had a good game as well.
Oh, Tchouaméni, bro, Dave, what I tell you about the best DM in the world, brother? What I tell you about Tchouaméni, man? Yo, this guy is phenomenal in this system, bro. On the ball, back three, drops deep, Housen goes out left. And by the way, Dean Housen, what a fucking player.
Yeah.
What a fucking player.
He was one of the best.
Dave, you over there letting Osama bin Stupid say that Kubarsi is better than Dean Housen.
I said Dean Housen's better than Kubarsi.
Nah, I know, but the fact that this guy even said that to me is a madness. This guy was at Bournemouth benching a Barca defender for Spain.
Yeah, that's what
this man has Kubarsi on national team duty, cutting up oranges and getting the water ready for him. Yo, Dean Housen is Tony Cruz if he was at center back. This guy is a monster. There is not one weakness in this guy's game.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying that Housen's going to be perfect every single match. I'm not saying that he's going to be a 9 out of 10. He's going to be phenomenal. He's going to be generational right away because he's a young defender. What is he, 20 years old? He's still going to make mistakes. It's going to happen. But when you look at this player, Dave, I think we got a generational kind of defender on our hands here. Like, I've not seen a center back with that kind of passing range, that good on the ball, while also being that sound defensively since maybe Ramos.
Yeah.
Because Ramos was very good on the ball. But I think House is a better passer than fucking Ramos. Ramos wasn't making some of these passes.
No.
He's a deep line playmaker at center back.
Yeah, that's what he is. And it is so crucial to have that. That is obviously like Xabi Alonso, as you can see his team developing, all the players that he wants to play. And do you know what? Carreras did a good job as well. I like Carreras in that team. I thought he was just very solid, just a very solid player. And that's what Northside told me. He's just a very all-round, very solid player.
So Eddie?
He doesn't have like he has very good games, but he doesn't have
superstar quality in Carreras. He's just a guy that's going to come in, do the basics.
Yeah,
and
but
at a good level.
Have an average. Look, when Reece James won his best games in Chelsea, Reece James was probably the best right back in the Premier League. Yeah, but the situation is that Reece James is a very consistent player when he was playing in his best form. I think Carreras is going to be exactly the same. I think Carreras is going to have very like at least 6.5, 7 out of 10s every single game because he has that kind of attitude in him. But I tell you what, Dean Housen is an 8 out of 10 player every game. This guy's passing is absolutely incredible. I have not seen it from a centre back in a very, very long time. The last good, very, very good, like there is Real Madrid.
Ramos was good on the ball, but I don't think he's as good as Dean Housen is on the ball, bro.
There are good ball playing centre backs. It's become more of a thing these days that centre backs have become more progressive passers. So we just need to see, obviously, Dean Housen in LaLiga. Honestly, I think that look, LaLiga he's gonna thrive in this game. He's definitely up for team of the season already. That guy.
Oh no, I mean, bro, 100%. I mean, look, and the thing is, alongside his passing, bro, defensively, he's just as good. He's a rock. You don't really get around him, bro. Like, he's so crucial to us. Like, Housen is already our best defender, in my opinion.
He is,
like,
he is.
Like, immediately.
Militao played well that game as well.
From day one, you just feel that impact that he makes. I mean, bro, phenomenal player. I'm glad that we got him, bro, because if we didn't sign this guy, I wonder what the back line would be looking like right now. But, I mean, kind of going back to, like, Vinny, bro, I want to ask you a question, Dave. Do you think Real Madrid signing Mbappe was a big mistake from Florentino Perez? Because the season before Mbappe comes in, we win La Liga, we win the Champions League, Spanish Super Cup, we're slapping up Barcelona, we're looking like one of the best teams in the world, the vibes were good, no talk about egos being a problem, and then off the back of that season, Mbappe joins us on a free, Vinny falls off, style of play looks awful, and we just are not good. A humiliating season. Do you put that down to Mbappe? Do you put that more so down to Vinicius? Or do you just blame Florentino Perez for poor squad building? I'm just curious what you think.
I think that it's not entirely down to Mbappe, but I can see the effect that Mbappe had on the team because when you have the system before with Bellingham, Vinny, and Rodrygo, Vinny and Rodrygo essentially acted as inside strikers essentially, with the wing play also evident, but
Yeah.
they played with width, but they also cut inside to aid with Bellingham, but Bellingham was playing as a false nine as well, and it worked somehow. I don't know how Ancelotti pulled that one out of the bag, but it worked. Yeah. And you saw Vinny getting clutch goals. You saw Rodrygo getting clutch goals like Man City's. You saw, obviously, Rodrygo performing really well. You saw Vinny performing excellently well. You saw Bellingham coming in with the clutch goals. But when those players weren't the main focal point last season, Mbappe was. Yeah. So what happened is that we collectively got goals as a threesome up front. Yeah. That's what we did. Vinny, Bellingham, and Rodrygo were the main focal points. Yeah. Then we had also players like Joselu to come in to save the day when we needed it. We had Toni Kroos as well. That is like one of the most important players in the last decade for Real Madrid. And then this last season, you have Mbappe, who comes in and now is the center of the attention of every single piece of play that we have. He is the one that is forcing the players out wide now because Mbappe wants to run directly through the center. Yep. And now it's causing problems. So Mbappe, essentially, yes, he made Vinny, I would say, look worse. But also, Vinny needs to learn how to adopt his game to become part of that kind of motor up front as well with Mbappe. Because if he does learn how to adopt his game and become more of an assist player rather than a goal scorer himself, he needs to now be focused on assist. How he's going to assist Mbappe,
how he's going to create chances and things like that.
Exactly.
I mean,
use his skills to do that. Use his skills to do that.
But at the same time, I'm looking at Florentino Perez. You guys all know, I think he's the greatest president in sports history.
He is the greatest.
But I think he set Carlo Ancelotti up to fail last season, right? The fact that Toni Kroos retires and you don't go into the market and get a similar profile, right? Defensively, we entered last season very short. All the injuries that we had, Nacho left. I think if Florentino Perez would have backed Carlo as much as Xabi's been backed this summer, I think we could have had a successful season. Because for me, the biggest reason why we have not looked as good since Mbappe's come in is because Toni Kroos. I think that was the biggest departure that we had. What he offers you in that midfield. See, like, this is kind of what we're looking at Arda to now provide, is balance. I don't think Arda is a deep line playmaker, but I do believe Arda has that passing range that Kroos did. And I'm hoping that he'd be able to find runners. I'm hoping that he'd be able to create chances just like Toni Kroos was doing for us in that midfield. But I'm looking at Florentino Perez. For a man that's done so much good at the club, I think he overestimated how good the squad was heading into this past season. And that's why we got trashed in every El Clasico. Dog walked by Barcelona, right? We also had all those injuries throughout the season. January window is there. We don't do anything. Nothing. Militao injured, right? Rudiger was not looking that good. Yeah, Asensio just broke through into the first team and he looked promising. But the point of a January transfer window is for you to strengthen your squad. Yeah. And another January goes by that we do nothing. I think Florentino Perez was the biggest reason why we were not that good last season. And obviously, Carlo Ancelotti has to be the fall guy, right? Because the manager's going to always get sacked before the president leaves. So that, to me, was a big issue. Why did we not strengthen the squad? Why did you not go into that January window? You saw we were, I believe in January, were we not leading Barca at the time? Because
it was close. I think it's Atletico Madrid as well there, around about.
Yeah, so it definitely was a three-headed race back then. But what I'm saying is, if you invest into the squad, you go out there, you sign a defender, right? Just somebody to just rejuvenate us. I think we go on and we don't fumble the lead that we had in La Liga. I don't think so.
Yeah, I think we need to look at Perez as somebody who didn't recognize the faults as a footballing man that Real Madrid had last season. But do you know what? We give him credit this season because he has recognized the faults, and he recognized that most of the faults are down to defense. And he's recruited one of the best young defenders in the world, essentially, in Dean Housen. So
got Trent as well.
Trent as well. Exactly. He's waited out. The Trent deal was penned in paper long before the summer even hit. Yeah.
I mean, but it's like you said, bro. With Dean and Alvaro, like I brought up, bro, those are the two most expensive defenders in our history, and we brought them in the same window. So I mean, Perez definitely did address the defensive issues for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think we need to just really understand what Real Madrid need this season. Real Madrid need to. They first of all need to win La Liga or the Champions League. That's what we need to do. Yeah. So that is what we need to do. And the Champions League, I look at, obviously the Champions League is just next month as well. It's starting next month. That's crazy to think that the Champions League is starting in September, at the end of September.
Yeah, bro. Like the second week of September? I think the draw is like the 28th of this month.
Exactly. It's literally 2 weeks around the corner.
We will be there, people.
Yeah, we will be there. Absolutely. We might do a live stream on it. I wouldn't mind coming on your channel, mate, if you want to do a live stream to the draw. But I think it's earlier for you. I think it's very early for you, isn't it? You will see anyway. But
let's do it. Yeah.
Let's recognize real things this season. Yeah. Real Madrid are going to play better football. That's one of them. Yeah. That's one thing that we've cemented. Yeah. We're going to play better football under Xabi Alonso. Yeah. We have better defenders as a whole than under Xabi Alonso now. Yeah. We have a creator in the midfield now under Xabi Alonso. That's another thing. Yeah. Yes, we already know, we've established that we already have a goal-scoring machine. We already established that Vinny's not up to par. We established that we need Rodrygo to be that kind of person. If Vinny's failing on the left wing, then Rodrygo will step in. Yeah. So the main things are that we have our old faults still. Well, Mbappe scoring is not really a fault, but it's part of the reason why that maybe Vinny's not performing that well. So it gives us kind of the imbalance, you see, an imbalance to a balanced situation. So the things that are positive should close the gap to Barcelona. Does it mean that we'll beat Barcelona to La Liga? Potentially. Does it mean that we'll win the Champions League? It's very hard to determine the Champions League because we've got so many good teams in there, and that Champions League group stage is absolutely grueling. Yeah, because you don't perform well in that, you're going to be playing an extra 2 matches, towards your season. Yeah. So ultimately, look, there are so many positives to this season, and the main positive is that we have a very modern manager who likes to play modern type football, and hopefully the best players in our team keep fit. Yeah. The main player, Arda, another main player, Dean Housen, and another main player, is Kylian Mbappe. Regardless of how you think Kylian Mbappe has affected the squad, he's our main goal scorer. Yeah. Those 3 need to keep fit the whole season. If we can build around the backbone is a spine. Yeah. Starts with Mbappe, goes to Arda, then goes to Kabasi, and then ends up with Courtois. If our spine is good, then the rest of the team will be good. Yeah. That's why Barcelona's spine was good last season, because they had Yamal also, but Lewandowski's obviously up front. He's still scoring the goals. Yeah. He's still one of their main goal scorers. Rafinha had a crazy on season, essentially. Pedri, Inigo Martinez, and obviously Szczesny in goal. But the situation, their spine was good last season. Yeah. Our spine is good this season. So we need to make sure that we keep it good and we keep it always good there. Inigo Martinez is, look, people say Kabasi, but Inigo Martinez was Barcelona's best defender. That is
bro. And this is why I'm telling you, Dave, Barcelona have gotten weaker. We have strengthened, right? The signings that we made, it definitely makes up for that 4-point gap. As much as Barca fans want to sit here and cope and say, oh, well, we already won the league after last El Clasico, so we weren't blah, 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 whatever. League positioning does not lie, right? Yeah, Barcelona were better than us last season. They were. I'm not going to deny that. But I'm telling you, and like I said, second season Hansi Flick, it's always a fall off from when he initially first comes. And I'm telling you, Barcelona fans are in for a rude awakening. These bums are getting way too cocky, Dave. For a team that hasn't won the Champions League in over a decade, they're chatting a lot. I don't even think you could find Barcelona fucking like UCL pictures of most of these fans who are watching. They never seen it. They were like 3 years old. So look, they can hold that. I think we are going to cook next season. And I don't think, and to be fair, I don't think that we're going to win the UCL, Dave. I'm going to be honest.
I actually don't think so. I think,
but La Liga, I do think that we win La Liga.
It's going to be much easier to win La Liga. The reason being is because I'm going to be honest here. However Barcelona play, I honestly think the way we saw PSG yesterday. They got. I'm going to be. I just want to touch on it a little bit. They got cooked for about 70 minutes of the game. PSG by Tottenham. PSG.
No, yeah, they did. Well, actually, I think Tottenham looked like the better team for about 80 minutes of that game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we're talking about PSG, but PSG always going to find something in them.
But I think PSG were just rusty in that match, to be honest. Do you know that was their first game? That was their first game since the Club World Cup final. I don't know why they didn't do a little friendly before that, right? Every team has done like Chelsea played 2 friendlies and they won the damn thing. We did a friendly. I don't get why PSG would go into that game. Tottenham were playing friendlies. They played Arsenal. They played other teams. Why would they just show up after like a month of not playing football? See, this is how you know that League Dave is shit. They don't even worry about getting match fit to start their league, bro. Because they know they're going to win that shit.
Okay, so PSG are going to be up there.
Yeah.
Arsenal, I think Liverpool, the way they are and stuff. Look, you put Barcelona in that bracket of potential UCL champions next year. Potentially, look, Real Madrid.
They're in the conversation, but they won't win it.
They won't win it. I don't think they win it.
Yeah, like let's be real,
I
bro.
don't think they will.
Like all that Barcelona do in the Champions League is embarrass the country of Spain. They just let Catalonia and Spain down every single year, bro. Nobody takes you serious in the UCL. Last season, bro, when Inter beat them, it's gonna sound shameless, Dave, but that was one of the highlights of my year because we were so shit. We just got embarrassed in the Champions League, got knocked out the round before.
I got you.
And then they were Dave, 90 Dave, you should have saw when I was doing my hate along, you should have saw the
I actually want to see that, yeah.
Dave, they were
90 your reaction,
seconds away, bro.
I want to see your reaction.
They were so close. And that's what made it better, bro. Like, I would take them losing like that over Inter beating them 10-0. I would take them playing better, being right there. Like, you can see heaven, but you sinned a lot, so you're going to hell. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like you had a little glimpse of what could have been. But, nah, look, guys, let us know what you're saying about anything that we just talked about. I do want to get into it, though, in terms of some of, like, these transfer news that's going on at the moment. Dave, what are you saying about man like Franco Mastantuono? Got unveiled at Real Madrid today. Man rocked up looking like 2001 Eminem, blonde hair. I rate it, bro. I did a reaction to his press conference, and he was saying all the right things. Like, he's very well spoken. I like the answers that he was giving. I know a lot of Madrid fans are pissed off because he did say that Messi's the GOAT. But I think people gotta just live in reality, brother. This guy is born and raised in Argentina.
Yeah.
Messi could go to Buenos Aires right now, Dave, catch a murder, get caught on camera in 4K, and beat the case in Argentina.
Yeah,
like he's their version of Superman. So anybody that has an issue with that, to me, it's not that deep, bro. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Who cares? As long as he performs for Real Madrid. I don't give a damn who his GOAT is. But it does feel weird, though, seeing an Argentinian player get signed. I've not seen it since I started watching us. Yeah, we had Nico Paz, who plays for their national team, but he was born in Madrid, right? Like, he's born in Spain. He grew up in Spain, but he chose Argentina. I think the last one that we signed, if I'm not mistaken, is Di Maria. Or is it Higuain? It's like one of them.
It's them and it's Gabriel Heinz as well. We had before. We had Redondo, who's Argentinian as well. So it's been a string of Argentinian players. But look, Mastantuono.
But talk to me about Franco, the next wonder kid that's going to tear up La Liga and Europe in years to come.
Mastantuono, he's we don't watch. Let's just not be the absolute experts here. We never watched River play in our flipping lives, but the situation is when you see video footage of Mastantuono, he's He's decent physically. You can see his build is very good. And he's very, very techy on the ball. His tech is unreal. He's got a wicked left foot as well. His free kicks are incredible as well. So
he scored a wild free kick that I saw in like one game that they had. Yeah, shit was wild.
Yeah. So Mastantuono, he's going to be a very good backup player to someone maybe like Rodrygo in the attacking mid, or someone like Brahim Diaz on the right wing. So for him, obviously, and obviously the whole registration thing as well, obviously putting him in the Castilla team as well.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. Great business, by the way. It's a phenomenal piece of business by the club.
Yeah, exactly. So it allows them obviously to, and we've seen it before with Vinny, we've seen it before with Rodrygo as well. So there's nothing new to us as Real Madrid fans. But I'm hoping he hits the ground running. I hope he does really good things in the season to come, because I think he's a type of player that Xabi Alonso will like, and he can play on the right, he can play in attacking mid as well. And I would compare him also to similar to how Cole Palmer is. That's why I would compare him to. He's a very Argentinian version of Cole Palmer, very, very good on the ball, dribbling. His shooting boots are on it. So he is kind of like the Argentinian Cole Palmer. That's how I'll compare it.
Wow. I mean, shit. If he could have an impact at Madrid like Cole Palmer's had at Chelsea, are you mad? Dave, you know what's crazy? I actually think he's going to have a very big role to play this season. I know a lot of people are talking about, Madrid are cheating because we avoided using the last first team spot available to register him. Brother, this is all legal. If a player is under 23 years old, they can be put into Castilla. And he's still going to be a first-team player, technically. He's going to train with us. He's going to be involved in match days. Again, it's like Dave said. We've seen this with Vinicius. When he first came in, that's how he was wearing number 28. Rodrygo came in. That's how he was wearing number 27. You got to remember, in La Liga, if you are officially registered with the first team, you cannot have a number higher than 25. I think that's a stupid rule, by the way. But that's just how it is. Now, I think, Dave, he's going to make a huge impact next season. Xabi Alonso clearly rates the guy. Xabi views him as a player that he can use now. And I wouldn't be surprised if after the game against Osasuna, for the second La Liga game, he's in the squad and he's getting minutes. Xabi Alonso called him, was very crucial in him choosing us over PSG. I think if Carlo Ancelotti was here, he'd be cooked. Right? He'd have to just, work on, just things in practice, because you're not going to see the pitch, right? Like how last season, Endrick, Arda rotted on the bench. It's not going to be like that with this kid. He's going to definitely get a lot of minutes. I mean, like, what are your expectations for him this upcoming season? Because I'm looking at him as a player that what I saw in the Club World Cup, they started him on the right as a right winger, but he drifts in, right? And I think with the way that Xabi Alonso is playing so far, right, like against Tyrell and then against Leganes, we're playing with three up top, at least at the moment. So he can fit in, right? And I think, Brahim Diaz might get the nod first, or maybe a surprise with Rodrygo possibly. But Franco, I have very high expectations for him. I just am going to tamper it early because he's coming from Argentina. I don't expect him to just cook right away. But from what I've seen, I'm very excited. I told you, Dave, he's the signing that I'm the most excited about because of the unknown.
It's the unknown. Yeah, that's what I was about to say, the unknown with it. So I think with Franco, his game style itself will suit Xabi Alonso a lot. And I think that's why we were so much into him, because it's the typical player that Xabi Alonso likes as well. He's not the paciest player in the world, but his pass move, his dribbling, how he likes to control the ball is what Xabi Alonso wants. And especially up front in the front three, if he plays like that and he tries to drift inside, then he's going to be given the opportunity to do that. So I think with Xabi Alonso, the typical team itself, he fits the mold, and he needs, though, a lot of game time in La Liga. It's going to be completely different than playing in the Argentinian league, because it's much faster, like the ball rotates much quicker, the teams press, and you're going to have teams pressing you, essentially three-man pressing systems all the time. So he needs to get used to that. But talent speaking, he is very good. Is he going to become the next Yamal, essentially, who knows? We don't know that until he plays. But at the moment, we just need to. It's just in the eyes of the beholder.
Yeah, you know
We
what it is,
see how he
Dave? I think people are kind of underestimating how much of a baller this kid is. Youngest player to feature for River Plate. Youngest player to ever feature for the Argentinian national team. You know how mad that is? River Plate are one of the biggest clubs in South America, period. That entire continent.
Yeah,
Argentina are one of the best national teams in the world, period. And he's out there making waves. And then he gets a move to Real Madrid. Brother, some people in the comment section are saying we didn't need Franco. Who the hell told you that? What? So we have let this absolute demon end up at PSG with the football that they're playing and let them keep on hoarding talent? Absolutely not. There's definitely a place in this team for him. I don't think he's going to start right away. But again, Xabi Alonso views him as a crucial player. And from all the reports that I'm seeing, Dave, they're talking about this guy being a starter very early, even though I can't see that happening, though.
I don't see it. I think Xabi Alonso, he's going to favor, if it's a three at the top, he's going to favor Brahim Diaz on the right. Maybe it depends on. I want to see Rodrygo play on the left, but if he does, then we'll have to see it, mate. Maybe we can put Mbappe on the right, and maybe sometimes Gonzalo Garcia in the center. But look, we have to just take a back seat on young players because we don't want to overhype them and give them all the expectations in the world, and then suddenly they turn into flops. You understand? So we just need to take a back seat on Franco Mastantuono and just let him fit naturally into Real Madrid's team. Because,
all right, so then what are you saying?
Endrick. Sorry?
I said, so then, like, what are you saying he should be doing this season?
He should be, look, if he plays with Castilla, it gives him a chance to just get some minutes as well. But if he then gets obviously into the starting 11 for the senior squad, then he gets the opportunity to start a game, because Xabi Alonso, I don't see him as a coach that will shy away from putting young players and give them a chance. Because we could see it happening. Definitely, we could see it already happening because Argentine is already starting games and he's becoming the main focal point. So if Franco Mastantuono and Xabi Alonso likes him, then he will get starting minutes, but he needs to prove it. He needs to prove it at the base level and now work up to the senior level. Let's hope
I don't think he's gonna spend that much time in Castilla, though. To be honest, I think that registration is just us just finding a cheeky way of keeping a spot open in case a transfer becomes available. He's good, bro. Like when Vinicius and Rodrygo came in, mind you, Vinny and Rodrygo both played a couple of matches in Castilla. People don't know this, right? Like Rodrygo played in the academy. Vinicius, when he first came in, he played a couple of matches in the academy. But we all knew why they were there, right? We all knew that they were getting integrated into that first team very quickly, right? The only young player that I remember flopping that we've signed, I think that Madrid so far have a good track record when we do these kind of deals, right? I would say Rainier Jesus, flop. Never even got a first match for us, right? I think Odegaard flopped as well. Look at what he's doing at Arsenal, but he never did it for us.
It's a flop,
and Odegaard was given opportunities. Like that COVID season, Odegaard was given minutes underneath Zidane. He didn't do anything, though. So I'd say he flopped. Who else can you say, though, when we've went into like this South American market? Or just in general with just bringing in like these young players. I still think that the jury is out on Endrick, right? People are saying that he's a flop. It's one season, bro. Vinny wasn't great his first season. I think Rodrygo actually made a better impact than Vinicius. Remember, Rodrygo scored that hat trick. I forget who that was against in the Champions League. That had to be like his first game. But point is, we do have a good record when it comes to bringing in young talent, just in general, right? We usually tend to develop them well because they're not put into positions where they have to perform necessarily right away. And with him playing with senior players who have won things, who are more experienced, I think Xabi Alonso is going to know how to integrate him into the first team perfectly, bro. I'm telling you, I'm very excited to watch him play.
Let's hope he does.
I hope he's in the squad for Osasuna. I don't know if he will be. Like, the only thing that annoys me about this transfer, Dave, is that he just didn't join us for the Club World Cup. If we could have got him in from then, and then he could have been here for the preseason game, that would have been better in my opinion. But
he won't be. He won't be.
18 and
he
stuff
won't
like
be.
that, so.
He won't be.
Yeah. But I mean, look, speaking of how we registered him, right? Because we talked about it. I still think Real Madrid are trying to make a signing before this window closes, right? There's the reason why we registered Franco as a Castilla player. Now, I'm still surprised and I'm still shocked every day that no first-team player has left the club this summer. I thought with how shit we were last season,
that's true, yeah.
Perez was going to be a lot more ruthless.
I thought Ceballos would have left.
I thought Alaba was going to leave.
No, Alaba can't leave because of the wages.
We're not going to be here, right? So at the current moment, we only have one spot left for the first team, unless somebody else leaves. Do you think Real Madrid are trying to make a move here? Because
Konate,
the links with Konate are not going away, Dave. And we just saw Liverpool sign this 18-year-old defender, and they're also trying to get Mark Gahey.
Yeah.
Konate has still not signed an extension. What are you saying about the possibilities of us maybe making a move for Konate before this window closes? I'm all for it, Dave, because that back line is the weakest link of our team.
Yes, do you know what though? Like, I'm actually glad to see Militao fucking smiling for once that he's not injured, to be honest. But Militao, we can't rely on him the whole season. That's a problem. He can get injured at any time. So I don't know. I want to see Konate in the team. I think he'll be great. Like, I think Konate is just a very solid defender overall. Him and bloody Dean Howson will be fucking elites, bro. I'm going to say it right now. It will be absolutely amazing, like those two together. So, I mean, you have the one very physical defender, which is going to be Konate, but you have one technical defender, which is going to be Dean Howson. So, will Konate likely leave Liverpool? Who knows? I don't know. Like, it's all up in the air, mate. Like, there's so many defenders we could recruit, but I think Konate is the most likely one.
Yeah, I mean, Konate is a good player. Well, we've seen him do
decent,
at Liverpool with Van Dijk. It's been one of the best defensive pairings for the last 4 or 5 seasons. Like, they've been a really good duo. But I don't know if I want to pay for him, Dave, because when I look at how Xabi Alonso likes to play football, I don't think Konate suits what Real Madrid are trying to do.
Militao suits him more, 100%.
Yeah, I mean, Militao's better on the ball than
he is, 100%.
Konate is. But it's like you said, the issue is Militao can't stay fit to save his life. This guy's ligaments, they're made out of Swiss cheese and ham. Like, can he last over an entire season? I don't want to rely on that. But at the same time, Konate is a player that battles injuries a lot as well. So when I'm looking at it, right, it's like you said, Konate is a very physical defender, right? Very strong, good aerially. But when it comes to playing out from the back, I don't think, obviously it'd be an upgrade for our defense, but I don't view him as a player that we need to be going after. I think it's just a market opportunity, right? You have a promising player right here that only has a year left. So Madrid are looking at him. Obviously we're talking about him, but I would much rather us just make a mad bid for Saliba, bro. I think Saliba's better on the ball. I think Saliba would fit how Xabi Alonso wants to play a little bit more, because now with building out from the back, only Dean Howson would be the defender that can do it at a high enough level, even if Konate comes in.
Saliba won't leave. Saliba won't leave this year, at least. He won't.
Bro, I think if you put an offer on the table, Saliba definitely forces that move. But if you don't put an offer on the table, then there's no decision for him to make. We fuck around, Dave. Saliba might sign an extension, and then it's really over.
Yeah, one of the good defenders I actually really rate is Van de Ven, but he won't leave Tottenham at this point.
But the thing is, he would leave Tottenham. Would Tottenham make it easy for him? What do you mean he won't leave Tottenham? Dave.
Daniel Levy won't make it easy for him to leave.
Yeah, now of course. But the thing is, with Van de Ven, he can't stay fit either.
No,
we've already been hospital FC. You want to bring in players that couldn't stay fit elsewhere? That we should have signed Reece James instead of Trent. Reece James is a better right back than Trent. So then we should have just signed him.
Yeah.
But I do agree, though. Van de Ven is a baller, right? But I don't know. The fitness concerns. That's an issue to me. And again, I don't think that Konate his style of play is conducive with what Xabi Alonso wants. Again, I would take Konate. If we can get him this summer for 20-25 million, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make me feel that much more confident in the back line, because now I'm thinking, okay, well, now, well, when is he going to get injured? Because we've been seeing it every season since he's been at Liverpool.
Yeah, I want us to have a very solid defensive line that is not going to have injury problems. That's the thing. So if Konate is fit and healthy and could do it, but what's the point when you can get him next year on a free? That's the situation. So I don't know.
Like, be careful though.
Look, I think that
force him out the club, then somebody else might like with PSG hesitate.
We're not signing anybody. We're not signing anybody. Mastantuono is going to be registered for first team player. That's simple as it is. We're not signing anybody.
No, he's not. Dave, we gave him the number 30. He's going to be registered as a Castilla player this entire season, bro.
Yeah, but I'm sure they can bloody. I don't know, man.
Well, no, okay, so yes, you can give him a first, so you can officially promote him to the first team, but then why would we just not do it now then? Why would we leave that spot open if we don't plan on using it? That would make no sense. If we didn't plan on using one spot that's left in the first team, then you might as well have just registered him as a first team player and given him the number 25. Why waste time? You're telling me that we're not going to be active in the market? I think we make one more signing. Whether Rodrygo leaves or not, I expect somebody to come in now that we didn't use that last spot.
Yeah, well, we have essentially until September the 1st to do it. So we'll see.
I mean, but like, what do you think? Defender, midfielder? If you were in charge, what area would you go for more? I think defense. That back line, I think, needs one more center back, and then we're set.
We need someone to replace Trent, actually. That's definitely true. But who's
that
out
kid
there
from the academy? Give him an opportunity. Jesus Fortia. Remember how everybody was talking about him when Carvajal tore his ACL? Everybody said how good he looked in training, and then Carlo banished him to the gulag.
It's the defensive midfield area. It's the look. Alaba is going to be that midfielder now. He's going to be registered. He's probably going to be.
You think so? Primarily,
he's going to be registered as a midfielder now. Alaba. We don't need as a left back. We don't need him as centre back. We've got enough centre backs. We've got Dean Howson. We've got Rodrygo. We've got Militao. We've got Tchouameni. Probably going to slot as if he's a back three, then Tchouameni slots there. We've got Asensio also. Like we have a lot of centre backs. It's done now. I think deep line playmaker is very important, and someone that's naturally going to be a very good right winger.
Yeah, I was. You could just make one signing though, Dave. One. Because we only have one available spot. It's not like we got 10 and we could, maybe we do a defender. No. If we make a signing, if nobody else leaves, it's only one available spot. So what I'm asking you, if you're Florentino Perez, what gets the priority? The midfield, the attack, or the back line?
Then the back line, I would say.
Fine. Okay. And then Konate would be your preferred target, or would you try probably a mad bid for somebody else?
Yeah, or a natural deep line playmaker who can play there. That would be our main tempo controller in that midfield.
So what, like a Stiller?
Like a Stiller kind of guy, but that kind of talk is gone anyway. That's still a talk.
Yeah, bro. Like, what happened to those links?
It's done, mate. It's done. It's finished.
Why do you think? Like, where are they saying in Spain? Because look, you're on the ground in Spain, so the news that you're receiving on TV and stuff, it's very different to what I'm seeing. Like, why do you think that we went away from the midfielder position? Do you think it's because the club believes that Arda just got that covered, and then Ceballos can be backup and be sufficient? Like,
I think because. Look, I think.
Oh wait, shit! Stiller did his ACL, Dave, in training.
Yeah.
I forgot about that shit, bro. W chat. I forgot. Yeah, Stiller got injured in training.
Look. Thiago Pitaspinar has good. He's been touted as the next best thing coming out of La Fabrica, isn't it? Thiago Pitaspinar.
I agree. Yeah. Like he has been. So, and I mean, his cameo the other day, he didn't get enough minutes for me to really make a. Yeah, I can't tell you, but this is where the academy needs to get used. Again, I think go sign a defender. I know that we got Joan Martinez, the center back from the academy, that would have been in the first team if he didn't tear his ACL last season. But I still think go get me a defender, and then the midfield, use that Thiago Pittarch kid, right? In the attack, or if you're looking at right back, Jesus Fortia, who's been one of our most promising players from the academy, right? You could play him at right back. He's an attacking-minded fullback. Like, this is where I'm looking at Xabi Alonso to be different from Carlo, right? Where Carlo would have never gave Gonzalo Garcia an opportunity, right? Would have never been bringing in these youth players. I'm expecting Xabi to do that. And I think he will, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. We need to go sign a midfielder. I think, like, with this one available spot left.
Because when Bellingham comes back, we don't need a midfielder. That's simple as it is.
Yeah, I mean, and Jude's coming back like mid-October, bro.
We got Camavinga. We would have Camavinga. We would have Bellingham. We would have Arda, we would have Valverde. We would have Ceballos. We have if Thiago Pittarch Bernardo is given an opportunity, we have him also, and midfielders also, especially if you're looking at that midfield area. Brahim Diaz is more of a right winger as well, but he can play a 10 as well. Yeah, he can play as a 10. So we have very orthodox players that can play in those areas. So there's no need to get in a midfielder. But I would like a natural deep playmaker midfielder. But look, let's prioritize the defense, because that is where we struggled last year when we had to make bloody plasticine defenses every single flipping match. Essentially, that's what it was. And that's
not fair enough. And the thing is with Jude, I think they're saying that he comes back in October, like mid to early October. Because remember, he's already been out for 1 month.
That's possible Classico, yeah.
Yeah, like that might be his season debut. Because remember, Jude is out. They said 3 months.
Yeah,
it's already been 1 month.
Yeah, that's crazy.
People forget that. Remember, he got that surgery. I think it was like 3 days after the Club World Cup, like when we got like knocked out. So he's already been out for about 3-4 weeks. Yeah, and that's before the season started. So now we got to just do. Yeah, I think he comes back like second week of October, hopefully. And we have him for that El Clasico. But chat, look, let me know like what you guys are saying, like in terms of with that last spot that we have open. What do you think that Real Madrid should do with it? Now, before we get on out of here, Dave, we got to talk about my guy Rodrygo, the Sri Lankan Ronaldinho. What are you saying, bro, about these links with Man City? Because it doesn't seem like it's going anywhere, right? Man scored.
Doesn't seem like it's going anywhere, but he didn't celebrate. Like he didn't even celebrate. He didn't
celebrate. Like he kind of looked like whatever. I'm hoping that Xabi Alonso
all lost hope
keeps him. I'm hoping, bro. But do you think he's gone?
I don't think he's gone per se. I think it would take a mad bid from Man City, probably £100 million to sign Rodrygo. And if we get that money for Rodrygo, man, we could just, the amount of players that we can recruit anyway. But bar aside that, Rodrygo, he's going to be one of our most important players in Xabi Alonso's system. I've got to be honest, because the way that he plays football is so Xabi Alonso. It is just so him. He plays football to build up the play, to really have strong attacking opportunities. So that's what Rodrygo does. That's what he's kind of, and people kept on saying in one of my last videos, saying that, what did Rodrygo do last season? He didn't get GA, he didn't get this. Doesn't matter. When you look at the build-up play, it's not all about GA. Rodrygo is that guy that Xabi Alonso wants in his team, and that's as simple as it is. So hopefully, I want him to say, if he goes to Man City, he goes to Man City. But look, I think it's going to be about 85% sure that he stays, for me, personally.
I mean, when I look at it, a transfer to Man City makes no sense, in my opinion. I don't believe they need Rodrygo. Again, I think if City want to go out there and spend big money, they should be looking at that back line. Because for me, defensively, Man City look like food, okay? And I think teams are going to possibly feast on them again. We saw the issues that they had, everybody opening them up in transition. We saw them get knocked out against Al Hilal, who they could not stop in transition. I just don't think they need a Rodrygo, but I get it, right? It looks like Savio might be leaving, going to Tottenham. And then Jack Grealish has just went to Everton as well. Yeah. So we know that, look, Pep Guardiola, he loves Rodrygo, bro. Like, he's been fiending for this guy. And this is the best opportunity that he has. But I'm hoping that Rodrygo thinks to himself, I can prove myself to Xabi Alonso at Real Madrid. And I think Xabi Alonso rates him, right? If Xabi didn't rate Rodrygo, why did he play him for 30 minutes against Tyrell? If he wasn't a part of his plans, why not give those minutes to somebody else, right? He didn't have to play him. Because if he didn't play him in that game, then I'd be saying, yo, Dave, he's gone. Because man didn't get any preseason minutes. But he scored a goal. You can't tell me. Xabi Alonso's not blind. And it's like we talked about earlier. He does look better with Mbappe because Rodrygo does the dirty work, right? Rodrygo, he knows his limitations. He knows that he's not going to be the star man, right? He knows that Mbappe is the main attacker when he's on the pitch. So let's try and feed him. Let's press, etc.
Yeah.
Drops deep, does all that things that are fantastic. But I think if Vinicius does not pick up his form, I can see Rodrygo starting and very soon.
Yeah.
But does Xabi Alonso have the balls to drop Vinny? Because if you're Rodrygo, maybe you're thinking to yourself, it doesn't matter what I do. Xabi Alonso is going to always pick Vinicius, whether it's due to Perez or other politics that we're not sure of. Maybe Rodrygo knows that as well.
Yeah, I think Rodrygo, he's not stupid. He's definitely not stupid. He knows that if he stays at Real Madrid, he's going to add more honors to his list. That's 100%. That's certain that the trophies are coming his way. But that also is kind of evident in Man City. If you look at, they're not going to stay in this lull forever. So, look, Rodrygo stays. Look, Vinny is out of favor for Xabi Alonso. He's going to be given the opportunities. And just Rodrygo's just waiting for his moment to shine. Because if as soon as he puts on that left, and we saw him against Tyrol, as soon as he puts on the left, and Rodrygo very rarely came on for Vinny as a left wing because Rodrygo started most of the matches. You understand? Because he's on the bench now, and then Xabi Alonso is saying, okay, Rodrygo now is my left winger. You understand? And he needs to show that. He needs to prove it. Any chance he gets, any minutes he gets, just prove it. And Xabi Alonso, I think, will start him eventually. Because Vinny, he's not God, is he? So he's going to get dropped if he's not performing. Yeah. So simple as it is.
Like to think so, right?
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, you would hope that Xabi has the balls to do it.
If he does, then hopefully he can turn this team into a machine. If Rodrygo's the guy, then Rodrygo's the guy. If Vinny's the guy, then Vinny's the guy. That's as simple. Whoever gets more of that GA, the assist, but also whoever fits the team better. It's not all about goals and assists all the time because the build-up play can stem from two passes before when Rodrygo cuts in aside and makes a certain pass or a certain movement that creates our opening. It's not all about GA sometimes, guys. It's all about how the team fits the system because Xabi Alonso, you can see he wants to build up the play 15, 20 passes before they get even to an attacking opportunity. Yeah? He wants to tire teams out. He wants to build up possession, and that's what he wants to do. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, look, like I told you, Dave, I'm giving Vinicius these 3 first La Liga games.
You're putting him on watch, yeah? You're putting him on watch.
Yeah. And you know it's getting serious when I'm talking about I'm putting Vinicius on watch, bro. Because in terms of, look, regardless of how I feel about Mbappe being the main man in the attack and whether we can win a UCL or not, that's still to be proven. He's playing really good at the moment.
Yeah.
So if somebody has to get dropped, it should not be him. He's doing his job as a 9.
Yeah.
He's scoring goals. He's making the right runs. He's getting his teammates involved. The odd man out right now in that attack is Vinicius. He has these first 3 games. Brother, if you cannot cook against Osasuna, Oviedo, who's that third game, Dave?
The third game, Real Madrid is Mallorca at home.
Yeah. Fuck Mallorca. I don't give a fuck home or away. If you can't cook in those 3 games, and one, you got to show me something to back, because I can't keep coming out here looking Dave in the face and talking about why Vinicius needs to still be out there, and you're out here running around like a headless chicken. Brother, you're not going to make me look like a dickhead on YouTube, bro. I still rate you, but I'm telling you now, Dave, 3 games.
Yeah,
and you guys can say, you could hold me to that. 3 games Vinicius has. If he is not performing, I want him dropped.
Yeah.
And now he has to earn his way back. And maybe a spell on the bench would do him some good.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll give him a reality check like, oh, shit. All right, let me get back to my best. Because
clip this, people. Clip this. Clip it.
Clip it. I'm serious because shit is actually frustrating me. Like, I'm seeing everybody else. What's that SpongeBob meme, right? Like when Squidward's in the house and he's seeing Patrick and SpongeBob run around outside, but he's inside. That's Vinicius right now looking at our attack. Like, that's Vinny. Yeah. Everybody else is eating, and he's just locked up inside. Like, he's just not able to get it clicking. But, again, I do think that him and Mbappe, I think that they will work. They will, Dave. Surely, Xabi Alonso, if he's the manager that I believe him to be, it's going to work.
You give them 3 games. Let's see what happens.
3 games. Look, Dave, this is what I'm talking about right here. This meme right here, brother. This is Vinny right now.
Yeah.
This is Vinny watching after Rodrygo scored that goal. He was holding bench.
Yeah.
Rodrygo in 30 minutes gave me more than Vinicius did in 60. Because, yeah, Vinicius pressed and it looked good. But Rodrygo pressed as well. And he scored. So, look, my patience, Dave, is wearing thin right now, brother. It really is. But, chat, let us know what you guys are saying about Rodrygo. Before we get on out of here, let's get into these 2 super chats. Big up to everybody that's been watching, by the way. Everybody that's
absolutely big up the chat, guys.
Yeah,
Galacticos podcast every week, guys.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Every Monday and every Thursday. My guy Kevin says, Carnage, if you sign a deep line playmaker, who would get benched? It's actually a really good question. Because, yeah, you don't go drop a lot of money on a deep line playmaker.
You don't drop Argentine and you don't drop Valverde. You don't drop Bellingham.
Yeah, but then you can't drop Tchouaméni with the way that we're playing right now.
Yeah, you can't
with that hybrid role. You can. This is why, I'm telling you, we don't need a midfielder. You have to use the academy.
Yeah, true.
Use the academy. But I guess if somebody had to get dropped, then you would say, okay, Tchouaméni. But then we lose that defensive presence in the midfield. I don't know, but that's a very tough question, to be honest.
Yeah, who knows that one? That'll be for Xabi Alonso. Let's keep that for Xabi Alonso.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Look, I don't get paid for that. And then Mess says Mbappe, Gonzalo, Franco, front 3. Yeah, I think you'll see that shit in Copa del Rey. Definitely not the start of the season.
Yeah, you won't see that in La Liga. You won't see that in La Liga, guys. Yeah, you won't see that for a long time, guys. For a long time at least.
Yeah. That's a fact, bro. But look, people, we're gonna wrap up. Dave, what do you have coming up?
Well, we've got a podcast, obviously, with Barca Volume on his channel later on. So join me later.
Yeah, bro, you're on like a fucking podcast marathon today.
Yeah, I'm a marathon because I was supposed to do one yesterday, but unfortunately I bulked it up today because I've been working very busy over the week. So today I've had a little bit of more time. I'm going to eat something now, and then we're going to be joining later Barca Volume for the podcast with him.
Yeah. Are you doing are you doing a hate watch this weekend for Barca?
No, Saturday I'm going to be in Wales, unfortunately, but I will be doing a match reaction because I'll be watching the match on the train and then doing a match reaction as soon as I get home. So hopefully, come on, Mallorca.
Mallorca, you must. Don't they have that Barca player? What's his name? The guy that they just sold, the midfielder. Not Casado. Casado's still at Barca. You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
What's his name, bro? Fucking hell. I'm drawing a blank.
Wait a second. Hold up. Hold up.
They sold him for like 5. Pablo Torres.
Pablo Torres, yeah. Pablo Torres.
Is that who it is?
Yeah, Pablo Torres.
Pablo Torres. Come on, brother. You must. Yeah. You must haunt your former club, bro. Give us something to smile about before somebody said
Romeu, bro.
Romeu, nah, bro, Romeu. Fuck it. Yeah, nah, it's definitely it's Pablo Torre.
Yeah, Torre, yeah.
Who's live though that we can redirect to? Because I was gonna redirect to Omar, but he was supposed to go live like fucking 40 minutes ago, bro, and I don't see him. You know what? You said that you'll be on Barca Volume.
Yeah, Barca Volume. We got. All
right, what in about like
20 minutes, 25.
All right, guys. So
minutes, yeah.
Look, this is gonna take you guys over to Barca Volume. You get more of End the Stream, Dave. Whether that's a good thing for you or not, that's your business. Look, big up, people. When you go over there, put in the chat, Carnage Raid. They're going to be live in about 20 minutes. So that gives everybody some time to just recharge, right? We'll be back on Monday with the next Galacticos podcast talking about hopefully a Barcelona loss. And then we move, right? Because we got to talk about Real Madrid and their first game on Dave's channel Monday as well. So look, people, we'll be back in a bit. Peace.
Amazing. Peace, guys. Adios.